Hello, I'm Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live. This is today's tarot. It's for all signs and it's for Sunday the 15th of June 2025. I hope you're doing well. So I'll also be going into masculine and feminine energies as well, because we've got a shift going on at the moment to a new earth, leaving the old earth behind, kind of splitting of the ways. And so I'm interested in channeling that, and also the masculine and feminine changes that are coming along with that. Okay, cards coming out. I don't need to waffle anymore. Let's get straight into the reading. So we're starting out with delight. Something is surprising and delighting us, perhaps. She could have really been through it as well. She looks like she's been dragged through a hedge backwards, doesn't she? But she's delighted nonetheless. So this delightful energy could be coming on the back of a particularly tough time. Something could be turning around for you. We're in difficult times at the moment. It's like we're on a bridge at the moment, or in a chrysalis, you know. We're not got the new rules yet, but we're not left the old rules behind properly, and we're just kind of in this no man's land right now where nothing really seems to be working as we're kind of waiting for this division to happen, for us to move into two separate dimensions. We've got passion here as well. So it could be something that you're passionate about as well that's delighting you too. It just feels like the energy of an upstep in something. You know, if things have been stagnant, things might start getting going today, which is kind of unusual for a Sunday, isn't it? But I guess it can happen on any day. Got protection here. You're protected. And you might be feeling that today, especially if whatever this is that's delighting you today. You know, I said it's feeling like it's on the back of something that was not delighting you, the opposite of that. And you just might be feeling like, oh, I am protected from this. You know how we think like it's not going to happen, it's not going to get sorted out, it's not going to get sorted out, and then it does, right? And it always does, doesn't it? And then we think, you know, why was I worrying myself? It could be something like that. Let's get some tarot out. So this is the general portion of the reading. Tell us what's going on, please, tarot guides. What have we got going on in the energies today, please? We have the Five of Wands. This is the energy of trying, reaching higher, trying, practicing, perhaps doing something different. But yeah, reaching higher, expecting better, expecting more, asking for more, that kind of thing. Then we've got the Strength card as well. You might be tapping into your strengths today, or you might just realize how strong you are and how far you've come as well. And we've got the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is about a direction, a purpose, a forward movement, a purposeful forward movement towards something. It might involve communication as well, communicating that, but it doesn't necessarily always involve communicating things. Often it's enough for us to hold it inside of us, that direction and purpose. We don't need to tell other human beings. Our conversation can be with the universe. So Five of Wands, why are we asking for more, reaching higher, practicing things? Can I have another one, please? Okay, so first out was the Muse of Emotions. This is the King of Cups. This is generally about other people's feelings toward us. So people who love us, that can be friends, family, romantic partners as well. And the Seven of Emotions is confusion about choices. So you might be confused about how you seem to be picking the wrong people, or how you can't seem to find your tribe, or how you can't seem to find a romantic relationship that's on your level, or how you seem to be around people that don't seem to be on your level. You know, maybe they're, you know, doing small talk and you just can't stand it anymore. There might be this feeling today of I'm on the wrong planet. Anyone else been getting that feeling lately? You know what else is happening at the moment as well that I've noticed is a hell of a lot more what seems like glitches in the matrix as we're on this edge now of splitting into two dimensions. And you understand what that means. It's not like a physical splitting. It's not like the earth like cracks in two and it becomes two earths. It's different dimensions. Like if you can see ghosts, they're in a different dimension, right? And it's like two different timelines. So things are happening, like someone might say to you, oh, I saw you yesterday in town, and you say, I stayed home all day yesterday. You know, things like that. When there's two dimensions going on at once, and we can be flipping between the two, new earth, old earth, you know. then there can seem like there's these glitches. It might be deja vu. It might be, what else happens? Seeing things over again. So not just deja vu, but like that, and then it happens again. Or that person walks past, and then there's another person walks past looking exactly the same. These are just, it's like different timelines. You can call it different timelines because dimensions are about time too. Yeah, so we're kind of teetering on the edge at the moment of these two dimensions, unless you're firmly entrenched. I think a lot of you will be firmly entrenched in the new dimension already, but still waiting for that separation to happen. So just for your information. So you might be confused about how you don't seem to be able to picking. I think it's going to become easier. It is going to become easier because the guides have been saying to me that not to get into relationships and stuff like that until this shift has happened. And you'll feel that when the shift has happened, because it's going to feel a lot lighter and a lot better, and then we can start progressing toward really positive things. It's kind of already happening. It's going to be a gradual thing, but you will feel it when it's time to do that. So we've got sacred space here. So take your space at the moment. So you will be able to form relationships and friendships and your tribe and start creating much more positive things in the world when all of that negative stuff has kind of gone, has moved on out. We're seeing that happening already, right? We are seeing it happening already. I mean, it's not just going to be one major event. Got a cat staring at me there. I'm going to have to let her out. Yeah, it's not going to be just one major event. It's already happening. We're in that transition process at the moment. And so we clearly can see some of the people that are choosing the old earth, which is about control, and it's about war, and it's about all of those things. And then there's those of us that are choosing love and freedom and, better times. And it's quite clear who is who now, but there are some people still teetering on the edge. And then when that gets clearer, that division, which is happening at the moment, then it'll become more obvious to us. It still will be a gradual process anyway. So strength, you might be tapping into your strengths. Oh, beautiful. The Empress and the High Priestess. How beautiful is that? Two very strong feminine energies there. The High Priestess in her witchy ways and her intuition and feeling all of that. And the Empress as well. She's building her empire. She is nurturing things into being. This is very gentle energy. Your strength is in your feminine energy. And we're going to see the feminine come forward much more. Of course, I mean, patriarchy is going to be in the old earth, not in the new earth. But in the new earth, we will need to build these new structures. And so it's a very exciting time to build new and positive things. So don't be concerned about the other side of it. Don't be watching the news and watching what all of them are doing. The more you concern yourself with that, the more you'll keep yourself in both worlds. We've got new beginnings, we've got anger, and we've got psychic development behind that as well. So all of this feminine energy is your strength, and you might be angry about what you've been through. I think a lot of us should be, It's been very difficult. I mean, I remember before I came here in this lifetime, I remembered around the age 30, when I was prompted by a spiritual teacher who had also been there with me. When we all decided to come here, I was one of the volunteers to come here for this transition, and he allowed me to recall that time when we were all deciding to come here. And I'm like, yeah, I do remember that. And then, having to have a human experience, a very human experience, just to be a part of it, very difficult being here. And then when I got to the point of being 47 and feeling like I was, healed, at last I'd got rid of all that trauma, out of me, and life started becoming good. Then I started having these ascension symptoms of having high blood pressure. The doctors were really worried about me, really high blood pressure, and I thought, that's it. Like, there's no way I've done all of that work to pass now. all of the work to heal myself for first 47 years of my life, for it, not to enjoy the benefit of all of that hard work of having to heal myself. No way. That made me angry. It did make me angry. And so you might be feeling this anger toward what you've been through. And, it's good for us to release that, because we don't want to be taking the trauma into the new world, right? It's one of the things that we're doing here is releasing trauma, because we've just had, Earth has just been trauma after trauma after trauma. I believe it wasn't like that. I believe it was a beautiful, peaceful place, and we're all in tune, and it was, Garden of Eden kind of thing for a very long time. And then something happened, cataclysm happened. I think it was a meteor, and it caused trauma, and it brought bacteria. And then traumatized people. What do? They start competing with each other, and competition and control, and it just grew and grew and grew. The trauma grew and grew and got passed down and passed down and passed down until we're like each traumatizing each other, and it's just one big having to heal ourselves. And some people not even managing to do that in a lifetime. Exhausting. What an existence. We don't want that. It's like, I liken it to like a game within a game. If we're here to experience things, but the majority of what everyone has to do is just heal trauma for the most of their lives because of the planet that they're on. It's like a microcosm. It's like, well, I wouldn't have had to have learned that. That's not in my karma. I wouldn't have had to have learned that if I hadn't have come here. That's karma that's brought to me in this lifetime, right? So I feel like this is why we're creating this new earth now. 8 of Wands, so forward direction. 9 of Voices. Interesting. So the nine of the voices about anxiety, perhaps depression, perhaps any kind of tension, stress. It's like there's a purpose. Remember what I said about the 8 of Wands, a purpose and a direction forward. You might feel like you've got purpose and a direction forward now. What's behind that is a struggle, and it's been hard. It's been really hard. Yeah, so like I was saying, we need to leave that trauma behind, which means acknowledging it, acknowledging our feelings. We don't have to hide it. We don't have to pretend that it hasn't hurt. It's been really hard. This is one of the hardest planets to be on. It's the hardest planet to be on. It's really hard here. We've done so well. So what about masculine and feminine energies? What do we need to know about masculine and feminine energies? We've already got a very strong feminine energy going on in this reading. So starting out with the King of Cups. Again, this is about people that have feelings for you, your people that love you just as you are. We have the Page of Pentacles, which is about dreaming up something new, starting something new right at the start of something. And then we've got the Ten of Swords, leaving the pain behind. Yeah, very much feels like it's time to leave the pain behind now. And, whoa, to leave the pain behind, we've got to recognize it. We've got to recognize it and feel it, right? We've got to feel those feelings in order to release those feelings. So, King of Cups, what is this? Feels like a similar message. There's people that love and accept you just as you are. Your kind of people. 10 of Emotions that will really fulfill you as well. They are coming. They are coming. So, masculine and feminine energies, moving out of patriarchy, not into a matriarchy, but to balanced times now, where we're honouring the sacred masculine and sacred feminine, equal value to both, so that we can truly be ourselves. We've got home behind that too, so you're going to feel like you're at home. It just feels like it can't happen in these transition times, or maybe it will start happening now. Maybe you will start meeting your own people now, especially once you're more really, like I said, really entrenched in this new earth dimension. Choosing love, not bothering with the other stuff anymore, not fearful about the other stuff anymore, not fearful that you're going to be affected by that old earth stuff anymore. Page of Pentacles, what are you doing here, please? We've got the 3 of Inspiration, which is about learning, teaching, and 8 of Inspiration, about this new direction. Okay, so people are sharing. You might be watching podcasts, listening to podcasts, that triggers a start of something. Page of Pentacles within you, it gives you direction. with other people. You might hear other people saying, I want to create this, being outspoken about it. I said this with this, where was it? 8 of Wands. People might be outspoken about it, or you might be outspoken about it, but you don't have to be. You can keep it to yourself. Well, it feels like people might be outspoken about what it is that they want to create in the world, these positive things. And you might be, yes, my kind of people. So this is how it's going to grow from here. It feels like on a small community level rather than on a, we're going to get rid of all those hierarchies. It corrupts. It corrupts. So we just don't need those hierarchies anymore, right? So it feels like it's going to be more on a community level to me. Forgiveness is behind that too. Letting go of those old ways. It's interesting. I'm helping out at a gym, and there's a lot of us. It's like it's a community effort. There's a lot of us involved in it, and it flows just beautifully. There's no boss. Well, there is a boss, but there isn't really. There's no like, you do this, you do that. We get it done as a team, and it's a really beautiful way of working. It's the first time that I've worked like that, out of those hierarchies. You might be experiencing things like that, or you might be interested in doing like a group kind of a thing. 10 of Swords. So in other words, we don't need to go, think of a new kind of a structure for the way that the masculine and feminine will be, or no. Once there's no patriarchy, or how we don't need to think of that and then strong arm it into place. That's not how things are going to happen. Things are going to happen from the ground up instead, like groups of people coming together to do something, to create something together. Like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm really interested in that too. Let's do that together. 10 of Swords and the end of the pain. 6 of Materials to success. So you might be feeling like there is an ending to the pain now, this 10 of Swords, the pain that we've been through. It's very clear, isn't it, the pain that we've been through, patriarchal pain and all of that kind of thing. And it's not for us to really get involved in that and keep on reading those posts and everyone's comments on it and, you know, keep on fighting against that. We don't need to do that, but we do need to be aware of it and aware of our feelings and how much it's hurt us, patriarchal stuff and the way, well, you know, just feminine not being valued. That's very hurtful, right? But leading to success now, yeah, because of the changes that are going on. So beautiful. So it's all happening at once, and we don't have to do a great deal to make it happen. It's just unfolding nicely. What else in the energies today, please? What else? And what else in the energies, please? We have a candle. You will be shown the way. And it's going to unfold. Dog far away, distant friend is thinking of you. We have a desk. Pay attention to your work. We also have marriage here as well. We have an arrow. You're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Frying pan, trouble, accusations. And we have a vase, a secret admirer. How best to deal with these energies today? We have the Fool. Stepping into something new. Be courageous. Step into something new. Leave the old behind. It's like drawing a line in the sand, this energy of the Fool. Draw a line in the sand and go, okay, moving on from here. I'm not going to bother with that stuff in the past anymore. Even the trauma, you know, healed that now. Let's just let that go and let's move into the future now. Beautiful energy. Well, there we go. That is what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. I'm not getting the thumbs up today. Leave me a comment as well. What are you getting out of this? Are you feeling these changes? If you've seen some glitches or you're firmly entrenched in the new earth, let me know in the comments below. If you want more from me, sign up for my free class right there. Meditate with me right there. Have the best day ever, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.